In a peaceful village nestled between rolling green hills and a shimmering blue river, there was a place known as Meadowbrook. It was a land where humans and animals lived in harmony, where the flowers bloomed with vibrant colors and the trees whispered stories with the wind. But the most enchanting part of Meadowbrook was not its beauty, it was the bond shared between its people and the animals. Here, love and friendship transcended words, for the creatures of the meadow and the humans who lived among them could communicate not just through language, but through song. The children of Meadowbrook often sang as they played, and the animals would join in with their own melodies. Among the children was a girl named Rose, who had a voice as sweet as a nightingale. Rose was known for her kindness, not just toward people, but to every creature she met. From the smallest rabbit to the wisest owl, Rose had a special bond with the animals of the meadow. Her best friend was a rabbit named Pipkin. Pipkin was small, with soft brown fur and bright, twinkling eyes. He was as mischievous as he was brave, and he had a heart full of loyalty to Rose. They had been friends for as long as either of them could remember, ever since Rose found Pipkin as a lost baby rabbit one rainy afternoon. Together, Rose and Pipkin explored every corner of Meadowbrook, from the cool shade of the whispering woods to the sparkling streams that ran through the valley. They shared secrets, dreams, and laughter, always side by side. But their favorite place was the Heartstone meadow, a wide, open field filled with wildflowers that danced in the breeze. In the center of the meadow stood the Heartstone, a massive stone shaped like a heart, where the magic of friendship was said to be strongest. It was said that the Heartstone held the power to keep the meadow's harmony alive, as long as love and friendship continued to flourish in the land. And every night, when the sun dipped below the hills, Rose and Pipkin would sit beside the Heartstone and sing together, their voices blending with the song of the wind, the rustle of the leaves, and the chirps of crickets. One summer evening, as the sun bathed the meadow in a golden glow, Rose and Pipkin were singing their usual song when something unusual happened. The Heartstone, which had always sat silently, began to glow with a soft, pulsing light. "Pipkin, do you see that?" Rose whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. Pipkin's ears perked up, and he hopped closer to the stone. "I do. What do you think it means?" Before they could speculate further, a deep voice filled the air, though no one could be seen. It was as though the very earth and sky were speaking to them. "The harmony of Meadowbrook is fading," the voice said. "A great darkness threatens to cover the land, and the bonds of love and friendship will be tested. Only those with hearts true and brave can restore the balance." Rose and Pipkin exchanged nervous glances. "What can we do?" Rose asked, her voice trembling. "The song of the meadow must be sung," the voice continued. "But it will not be easy. The song can only be heard by those who understand the power of love and friendship. You must journey beyond the meadow to the distant mountain where the melody was first born. Along the way, you will face challenges that will test your bond. But if you succeed, the harmony of the meadow will be restored." Rose's heart fluttered with fear, but she nodded. "We'll do it. We'll find the song and save the meadow." Pipkin, though smaller and perhaps more afraid, stood up tall beside her. "We've faced challenges before, and we've always had each other. We'll be okay." With a determined nod, they set off at dawn, leaving behind the familiar sights of Meadowbrook and venturing into the unknown. Their journey took them through the whispering woods, where the trees bent low to whisper secrets of ancient times. The animals of the woods, from the playful squirrels to the wise old owl, wished them well, offering berries and guidance for their journey. But as they ventured further from the safety of the village, the woods grew darker and quieter. The first challenge came when they reached the river that separated Meadowbrook from the rest of the world. It was a wide, fast-flowing river, with waters so deep that even the strongest swimmer could be swept away. "How are we going to cross?" Rose wondered, staring at the rushing water. "We'll figure it out," Pipkin said, though his voice wavered with uncertainty. Suddenly, they heard a soft voice from the riverbank. "Do you need help?" They turned to see a small turtle named Tally, her shell gleaming in the morning light. She was known to be the slowest creature in the meadow, but also the most dependable. I can help you cross, Tally offered, her voice steady. But it will take time. You'll need to be patient. Rose and Pipkin hesitated. The river was dangerous, and they didn't have much time to waste. But they knew Tally's heart was kind, and they trusted her. We'll go with you, Rose said, smiling warmly at the turtle. For the next few hours, Tally guided them across the river. She moved slowly, but with great care, finding the safest rocks and shallow spots. Along the way, Rose and Pipkin sang to keep their spirits high, and soon enough, they made it to the other side, tired but unharmed. Thank you, Tally, Rose said, hugging the turtle. We couldn't have done it without you. Tally smiled. Friendship isn't about speed. It's about getting through things together. With their first challenge behind them, Rose and Pipkin continued their journey. But as they climbed higher toward the distant mountains, the land became harsher. The trees thinned, the wind grew colder, and a sense of loneliness began to creep in. As night fell, they made camp beneath a starlit sky. Pipkin shivered in the cold air, curling up close to Rose for warmth. Do you think we can do this? Pipkin asked quietly. What if we can't find the song? Rose placed a gentle hand on his back. We've made it this far because we believe in each other. No matter what happens, we'll face it together. The next morning, they were awoken by a strange sound. It was not the birds or the rustling leaves, but a low, rumbling growl. Out from the shadows stepped a large, fearsome-looking wolf, his eyes glowing with an eerie light. I have been sent to test your bond, the wolf growled, circling them slowly. Only those with true friendship can pass through my territory. Rose's heart pounded in her chest, but she stood tall. We're not afraid. We've come to restore the harmony of the meadow. The wolf snarled. Many have tried, and many have failed. Friendship can be fragile. Are you willing to prove its strength? Rose nodded, though fear gnawed at her insides. What must we do? The wolf's eyes gleamed. You must choose. One of you may pass freely. The other will face a challenge that could mean great danger. Which of you will go on, and which will stay behind? Rose and Pipkin looked at each other in horror. The idea of leaving the other behind was unbearable. I'll stay, Pipkin said quickly, stepping forward. Rose can go. No, Rose protested, her eyes filling with tears. We stay together. Always. But the wolf shook his head. You must decide. In that moment, Rose felt a surge of love for her small, brave friend. She knew that Pipkin would sacrifice himself for her without hesitation, but she couldn't let him do that. Their friendship was too important to be divided. We'll both stay, Rose declared, her voice firm. Whatever challenge you have, we'll face it together. The wolf's eyes widened in surprise. Both of you? Even if it means danger. Rose nodded. Friendship isn't about leaving each other behind. It's about standing by each other, no matter the risk. For a moment, the wolf was silent. Then, slowly, his expression softened. The eerie light faded from his eyes, and he stepped aside. You have passed the test, the wolf said quietly. True friendship cannot be broken by fear or danger. You may both go on. Rose and Pipkin breathed a sigh of relief, thanking the wolf before continuing their journey. As they neared the mountain, they felt their bond stronger than ever, having proven that their love and friendship could withstand even the greatest challenges. Finally, after many days of travel, they reached the peak of the mountain. There, in a hidden cave, they found the source of the meadow's song, a crystal spring that flowed with pure, sparkling water. The air around it hummed with music, soft and sweet. Rose and Pipkin stood in awe as the melody filled their hearts, reminding them of the love and friendship that had carried them this far. This is it, Rose whispered. The song of the meadow. Together, they knelt by the spring, letting the melody wash over them. As they did, they realized that the song wasn't just coming from the spring, it was coming from their hearts, from the love they shared for each other and for the creatures of Meadowbrook. With the song in their hearts, they made their way back to the village, where the Heartstone awaited them. As they approached, the Heartstone began to glow once more, brighter, and warmer than ever before. The harmony is restored, the deep voice said, filled with joy. The love and friendship you have shown will keep Meadowbrook safe for all time. Rose and Pipkin smiled at each other, their hearts full of love and gratitude. They had faced darkness, fear, and danger, but their bond had never wavered. And from that day on, the song of the meadow echoed through the hills and valleys, a reminder to all who heard it that true friendship could overcome any challenge.